There really isn't a lot wrong with Jeff. Brakes are one of the things we've got to consider. To be honest, I think really it's just a case of driving it around, and we're going to have a lot of improvement there. Um, Unfortunately, it's good old school drum brakes on the back, not the easier kind where you just pull a screw out and pull the drum off. You have to remove the center locking nut and then punch a new one through. So I'm gonna have to get those done, and I haven't got anything big enough at the minute. So I haven't really got a full kit for some of those sorts of tools. Um, Beyond that, we've got a lot of stuff to do with emissions. So lambda sensor, air filter, new fuel filter. Really don't want to have to change the cat, so we're going to see if we can avoid that just by playing with a few other bits and pieces. Hopefully so. And then we've got the front CV boots. And I have been told by a mechanic that we can super glue the holes. They are tiny holes, apparently. If we clean them up, apparently we can super glue them. So we're going to give that a go and see if that works. Despite looking pretty much identical from the outside, that is in fact an injection. It's the missing link there. It looks pretty much like the carb, but once you get the top off, you will see that it is not, in fact. The front brakes are fine. I've had a look at those. You can see that they're pretty tidy, really. No problems there. The back's really, it's an unevenness. It's not, you know, lack of sort of a lot of wear or anything like that. So we're just going to have to. There's a problem when you haven't got an MOT. You can't drive the car around. What it really needs is just good drive, getting some fresh petrol through and everything. But those aren't options for us. So we just have to see how much we can do, and then how much driving it to the MOT station is going to solve some of these problems. Otherwise, the mechanic, when we get there, may end up having to do something. The only job I won't be doing is the timing belt. There's a couple of ways, and it gets more ghetto as you read the Haynes manual. Don't really like the sound of it, especially when it sort of says have a go at putting some weights on a stick and seeing how that ends up, and then take it to a mechanic immediately. And that immediately to me is long enough to really start breaking some valves and things. So just going to take it to the mechanic. I can get the parts order, get a new water pump while we're there. I've got a new alternator belt. That's literally all it's there for. It doesn't run anything else, so I can put that on, and then hopefully, you know, they're 1999 the alternator belt, so hopefully it'll get us there okay, and we'll get that changed, swapped out, get the correct tension because it's a bit awkward where it is, and that should be it for passing an MOT really, and obviously having a bit of not braking immediately after passing the MOT.